It's a philosophy of going the extra mile. It's the do unto others. It's part of our mission statement is to follow the golden rule, and that really breaks down to treating other people as you want to be treated, giving the kind of service that you want to give. People don't talk about average service. People only talk about really great service or really lousy service. We want our customers to talk about us, but we want them to talk about us, our great service. That's what we're trying to get them to talk about. Average service, nobody talks about. We want them to talk about our great service. And we do a lot of things. Our employees look for ways to kind of go over the top. And in this company, they're rewarded when they do that. I hope there's hundreds of examples out there, and I hope there are 100 more still to come.
Thank you all for being here today. It's our pleasure to introduce Pastor Howard Griffin with the First Presbyterian Church, who will give our invitation. Pastor.
Let's pray. Gracious and loving God, we give you thanks for this day. We give you thanks for our city. We thank you for the leaders that you've given to us. We pray that you give them the wisdom of Solomon to know how to reign and how to rule. And give them wisdom in all the decisions that are made today. We also pray, Lord, for peace for our city. We lift up the conflict right now in the Puckett neighborhood. 40 law enforcement officers in the midst of a standoff right now. We pray that you would bring peace in that situation. We just pray, Lord, for your peace to reign throughout our city and our community. And we pray that your will would be done here on earth as it is in heaven. We pray this in your name. And all God's people said, amen.
Thank you, Pastor. You all would join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. We have the pleasure of reading 3 proclamations today, so we'll turn down. We are going to begin with the proclamation about Alcohol Awareness Month. Who is here with the group? How are you? Whereas Impact Futures and Anti-Drug Community Coalition is committed to reducing underage drinking in Amarillo. And whereas Impact Futures is sponsoring a town hall meeting on underage drinking in April at the following times and location. April 30th, 6 p.m. Chase Tower, 9th floor, 6th and Tyler. Whereas enforcement of the legal drinking age is an adult responsibility, now therefore, we Mayor and City Commissioners of the City of Amarillo do hereby proclaim the month of April 2013 as Alcohol Awareness Month and call upon citizens, parents, hospitals, and schools in our community to help raise awareness about the critical public health issue of underage drinking. Given under our hand and seal this day, the 23rd of April 2013, to Mayor and City Commissioners. And would you like to say something?
Sure. It will be, our underage town hall meeting will be 1 week from today at 6 p.m. and we're going to offer strategies and encouragement and give tools to parents and to concerned citizens in our community on how to tackle this issue. So thank you very much. And we so appreciate our partnership with the city. You guys have had to put up with a lot from us. Thank you.
I would correct that. I don't think we've put up with a lot. We've been inspired by a lot of work that's been done. And you know, it's a grassroots effort. The families that come together to deal with these problems are in many cases in a desperate situation. And so to have the guidance and leadership that you all have provided for that really helps us. And we thank you for your efforts. It's continued. I also will mention that Commissioner Sims was not here. We just had these today, so if I could, we'll get it signed by him and get it delivered to you. But, okay, great. Thank you for being here.
Who's here to talk about organ donation today?
Kevin Meyer.
Come on, Kevin. by a variety of industries, including healthcare. Amarillo is home to nearly 200,000 Texans. And whereas more than 117,000 men, women, and children across the country await life-saving organ transplants, and nearly 11,000 are Texans. Thousands of others wait for life-enhancing tissue transplants, which will return them to lives they once knew. And whereas April is National Donate Life Month, a nationwide observance which recognizes the importance of organ and tissue donation, raising awareness of the dire need for registered donors. It also is time to remember donors and their families, thanking them for the precious gifts they gave. And whereas the City of Amarillo proudly recognizes Donate Life Texas and its effort to save and enhance the lives of our neighbors, we therefore now, Mayor and City Commissioners of the City of Amarillo, do hereby proclaim April 23rd, 2013 as Amarillo's Donate Life Day, given under our hands and seals this day, 23rd of April.
Thank you.
So, Nathan, sure. Let me get you to make a statement. The camera's right up there, so I'm going to turn this way, and then I might have a question, but I think she'll cover.
Okay. My name is Kevin Meyer, and I work with Life Gift, which is the nonprofit organ and tissue donation agency serving most of Texas. And it is Donate Life Month, and we encourage all of our Texans to register as organ donors at donatelifetexas.org and express your wishes to help save lives through organ and tissue donation.
Okay, now, let's say I'm on the road and I want to donate more than anybody, and I'm in an accident. Right? How is the ambulance going to know whether I'm an organ donor or not?
Well, actually, the ambulance would focus, the emergency medical services group would focus on maximizing the resuscitation of the injured individual, and then at the hospital, if the patient didn't survive resuscitation, the death of the individual would be called into the local organ procurement organization, where the opportunities for donation would be screened and evaluated.
What if I want to make it perfectly clear to everybody around me that I want to be an organ donor? Do I sign my driver's license? Do I tell my family? What do I do?
The best thing to do is go to the, when you obtain your driver's license, make sure you tell the driver's license to the DTS employee that you would like to be an organ and tissue donor. And then if that doesn't occur, then sign up on the web-based donatelifetexas.org registry website. And then you'll go into the new Donate Life Texas registry that we have. We're registering now almost 160,000 people for the month of Texas, which is phenomenal. Yeah. Thank you so much for your help.
And you're in the same boat. We are missing one long-way commission.
Okay.
Before we make sure we get this thing together.
Okay.
And I want to encourage everybody to be an organ donor. We all know people now. We all know people now who have benefited from this life-saving gift. And please log into the site. We'll be sure to talk to DPS.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for your support.
Sure, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's an honor very much.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Life Gift. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure
Thank
we
you.
all appreciate it.
Oh, good.
Make sure you my driver's license says that I'm an organ donor. YMCA Healthy Kids Day. Who's here for that? YMCA Healthy Kids Day? Anybody?
We have the wrong week.
Maybe we have the wrong week. The 23rd.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll just wait. You want to wait till next week?
Anyway.
Okay, we'll wait, because Jim Sims did sign it. No.
She goes to my church all the time.
Did you notice, we were talking about that. Did you notice everybody checking their driver's license at the back?
Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished.
They're probably scared to come up because they think I'm going to give them a test.
Probably are.
Okay, see.
We have some very special guests we'll recognize near the end of the meeting today, and we're proud to have everybody here today. But for now, welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Amarillo City Commission, held on the third floor of City Hall this Tuesday at 3 p.m. The first item of business on today's agenda is the minutes. Those minutes are from the meeting last week, which was April the 16th. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes minutes as presented? Not entertain a motion?
I move approval of the minutes as presented.
Second. We have a motion and a second for the minutes as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes with a 4-0 vote. Ordinance number 7403. This is the first reading of an ordinance amending ordinance number 7003. The first, 7403 is amending 7003, the existing gas franchise between the City of Amarillo and Atmos Energy. This amendment is limited to the transportation of natural gas and value thereof pursuant to Atmos's franchise rights for the use of public right-of-way. Are there any questions about this item from the audience or the commission? Basically, this means we get a little more money, correct, Mr. City Manager?
That's correct, Mayor. What this does is reconcile some recent rulings. Atmos, of course, does pay a franchise, which is a fee for the use of the public right-of-way for their private business. This then brings into the calculation of part of their revenue the value of gas that's being transported through their system in Amarillo that might not necessarily be used in Amarillo.
Any other comments or questions? Not entertain a motion?
Mayor, I move that we approve this ordinance 7403, getting a little more money from Atmos.
I second.
A motion and a second for the ordinance number 7403. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes with a 4-0 vote. Ordinance number 7404. This is the first reading of an ordinance amending the Amarillo Municipal Code, Chapter 2-8, Article 4, Section 2-8-113 to increase the warrant fee from $25 to $50. This amendment updates the ordinance to match the approval for fiscal year 2012-2013 municipal budget. Are there any questions from the audience about this item or from the commission? Not entertain a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve ordinance number 7404.
A motion, do we have a second?
I second that motion.
We have a motion and a second for ordinance number 7404. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes with a 4-0 vote. Ordinance number 7401. This is the second and final reading of an ordinance changing the zoning of Lot 9-A, Block 655, Olson Park, Unit number 53, and Section 8, Block 9, DSNF survey, Potter County, in the vicinity of I-40 and Hancock Street, from Plan Development District 160 to amended Plan Development District for expansion of existing office use. Are there any questions about this second final reading from the audience? From the commission? I'd entertain a motion.
I move approval of ordinance number 7401.
Second. A motion and a second for ordinance number 7401. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes with a 4-0 vote. Ordinance number 7402. This is the second final reading of the ordinance changing the zoning of Lot 10, Lot and Block 25, Oakdale, Unit number 3, in Section 122, Block 2, ABNM survey, Randall County, in the vicinity of Rick Street and Southeast 33rd Avenue, from Residential District 1 to Residential District 1 with a specific use permit for replacement of a carport within the front yard setback. This is the second final reading. Are there any questions about this item from the audience or from the commission? Not, I entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move we approve ordinance number 7402.
I second.
A motion and a second for ordinance number 7402. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes with a 4-0 vote. The consent agenda. It's recommended the following items be approved, and that the city manager be authorized to execute all documents necessary for each transaction. A is the award of water distribution improvement replacement of water mains. B is the purchase of mowers and utility carts. C is the approval of communication equipment, location and license agreements. D is the approval of the clear aviation zone easement. Are there any items that need to be removed for separate consideration by the commission? Any items that need to be discussed by the audience for the commission? Not entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
I second that motion.
A motion and a second for the consent agenda as submitted. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes with a 4-0 vote. now move to a special presentation of the Amarillo 101 graduation and recognition. We will come forward and then ask the people to come up. We'll be right down there to listen.
Mayor and Commission, as you get ready to recognize graduates for the Amarillo 101 program, just provide a brief overview of this year's session. We had 20 students, and in addition to that, we had 3 city employees that went through the program. Each of these individuals went through 8 total sessions, 5 classrooms, 3 field trips. They have covered topics such as the overview of their city, Amarillo at work, a tour of the service center, your money at work, Amarillo is a growing city, Amarillo at your service, caring for the community, Amarillo is a place for fun, recreation, and learning, and Amarillo is a safe community. These 8 sessions were then held across 8 different locations throughout the city. We have met in City Hall, we've met at the City Service Center, the Emergency Operations Center, the new airport terminal building, the Osage Water Treatment Plant, the Public Health Department, the downtown library, and finally, the Fire Training Center where we saw the public safety demonstrations. This has been an excellent class. They had tremendous participation, tremendous attendance, and very pleased to have gotten to know them and to have them go through this. In its shortest terms, this program is an opportunity for us that work at the city to provide to our customers, our citizens, a snapshot of who we are, what we do, why we do it, how, and where. We suggest this class has been successful in doing that. And as we bring the individuals up to be recognized, Mayor, you could offer each of them a brief moment should they choose to take it, to let us know whether we did answer those questions. Vicki, we'll start. Mayor, it's your pleasure. I'll bring them up one at a time. The commission can provide them their certificates first. Stephen Bledsoe. Stephen wins the award for being the first at each class session. No matter how early I tried to get there, Stephen was usually there waiting when I got there. When I show up at 7:15 on a Saturday for an 8 o'clock session and he's already there, he's doing good.
We'd like to offer you the microphone if you'd like to make a comment.
Can I take it home?
Well, you know.
I just said before, thank everybody. It opened my eyes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next will be Mr. Paul Brandon. Paul?
I know there's a lot of times that Jarrett and his crew said thank you to us for giving up our time and making it there on nights and Saturdays. I would just like to tell y'all thank you very much because I know this took up part of y'all's time and a huge amount of effort. So thank you all for doing that. I guess the funniest moment was the past Saturday when the guys looked on his face when we were driving Red 5. Jeff asked how fast it would go. So that's pretty scary for both of us.
The Amarillo's most expensive drag car.
Well, tell them why. Because of the FAA limits?
Do you want me to cover that?
Sure, tell them.
I think that Paul's referring to a vehicle that's called an ARF truck, Airport Rescue and Firefighting Truck. It's a large four-wheeled, four-wheel drive truck that is designed to respond to the scene of an aircraft incident at the Amarillo International Airport. Of course, our main runway is 13,502 feet long. There is actually a federal regulation that requires us to put an ARC truck at the farthest point of a runway within a certain time period of when they set off a test valve for us. We have 4 of those. They're 60,000 pounds each, and you literally, when you're getting ready for those inspections, drag race those trucks to be sure that you've got your fastest one ready to go to respond to that test, and then hopefully never do it for real. But if so, we know that we have that capability that we can get there in the amount of time we need to. And I think those 2 gentlemen that were referenced put it to the test for us. Seems like it passed. Okay, I told Alan Davidson make it. I don't think I saw Alan. I knew he was coming in from out of town, so he may not be here today. Dean Downey, Dean, you're next.
Right in here.
Yeah, I'm getting your last
Good. Thank you, sir. There's that mic if you want. I know how shy you are.
I know. I just, again, want to express my gratitude for the mayor and the city commissioners and Mr. Atkinson and Sonia for her great photography and just everyone involved in putting this program together, because it was very informative, educational, and not only was it an opportunity for all of us to learn about the city and the functions of the city, but it was an opportunity to make 20 brand new friends that otherwise we wouldn't run into each other probably in everyday life. So I really appreciate all that.
Thank you.
Next is Mr. Mike Good. Mike.
Just very quickly, I just want to thank Jared, Sonia, Mr. Mayor, all the commissioners. This has not just been a learning experience, but it's been an exposure to how tremendous this whole city is as far as the way they utilize such strong and talented personnel and what they do with our money. I mean, they really do a great job. And I would urge you to do this more often and make it available to more people. It will revolutionize our community. I'm sure it will. Last thing I'd say is I'll never breathe another breath of air or touch another human skin without thinking of Matt Richardson.
I hope he meant that as a compliment.
Sure. Mike, we didn't disinfect this, so I'm sure.
You may want to now.
Melissa Griswold.
Sonia's giving us instruction.
As a teacher, I sit through a lot of meetings all the time that teach us how to teach, and I have spent many a very boring moment in those meetings. Not a single boring moment spent the entire time we were there. Relevant, to the point, very, very, very well done. And I've already shared with I don't know how many people, and they need to sign up for this thing. I'll need to expand your class size next time. Because it just was, it's informative, it was wonderful. Thank you all very much for putting it on. Thank you.
Do you think we could charge tuition for it?
Yeah. All in favor, say aye.
Anthony Harris.
should never give a mic to a preacher. I think for me, coming from the Northwest, I've only been here 9 months. I was very amazed with the water filtrate system. When I got here, it was so dry, I was trying to figure out where's all the water come from. And so I was amazed to be able to tour the treatment facility and just know that we have water for many years to come, that this city does a great job. Thank you to Jared and Sonia and all of the commissioners, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of this class. Thank you.
Thank you. Jeff, while you're up, you're next. Jeff Mitchell.
Is there a high qualification?
I just want to say thank you very much. We get to see a lot of these guys, so many familiar faces in here, but one thing we also got to see are the unseen heroes that are out there every day for our city. I think that's something that they don't get a lot of recognition for, but they're out there doing the services that a lot of us don't take for granted. The other thing you can do to help your city out the most is get out there and vote. So remember, that's coming up very soon. So make sure you get out there and do that. Thank you very much. I appreciate all y'all letting us do what we did. Thank you.
Yes, Jeff.
John Hoya.
My dad drove the city garbage truck in Shamrock for a number of years. It took me 5 minutes to dump that dumpster, so I'm keeping my day job. No good at it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Rashonda Rahman was a participant in the class, and I think she's at work today, so we'll set hers off to the side and call Miss Liz Marie Roscoe.
Thank you. Yeah, we have to put this down. Well, I really enjoyed this class, and being my second year here, I really learned a lot from everyone, and just the collaborative partnerships that we've gained out of this class. And I think the most thing I was impressed with was Carlos the dog, and I think he's a really big hero, so thank you.
Rodney Ruther. And for the record, we did not do that to his foot. Regular.
You know, I've been from Amarillo pretty much my whole life. I've always been very proud of being from Amarillo, mostly because of the people that I live around. The benefit of this class is it really showed me why we should be proud. The people that we work with, the unsung heroes. So that's what I learned from this. Jared, I really appreciate it, the time, your staff. Thank you very much.
Mr. Lenny Sadler, Lenny, come on up.
I'd like to thank everybody that's put this on. Everything that's been said so far is so true. I don't know how they put together such a good group of people, but incredible group. Really enjoyed it. But I think probably other than what the city has done, it's so impressive. The thing that sticks in my mind is probably most impressive is watching Liz put that soccer ball in that trash can, and she's never even been around a lawnmower. She's been on it her whole life. Very, very impressive.
Now, tell them what they had to do specifically, because everybody didn't see that.
Well, there's a soccer ball on a cone, and you breathe on it, and the ball falls off. So you have a backhoe in the backhoe bucket, and you pick up that ball, curl it, get it inside, dump it inside the trash can. Sounds easy, but I promise you it's not. And Liz acts like she's been doing it her whole life. So very impressed with that. Thank you guys for everything that you've done. It's incredible. I mean, I'm so impressed. I can't tell you. And we need to figure out how to get the board meetings, the board drinks to be this quick.
You didn't go to the work session, buddy.
Thank you guys for everything. Very impressive. Thank you so much. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you.
All right, Gary Shack.
I'll take a picture. Give me something.
I knew a little bit about what the city did, but I was so impressed by the enormity of the services that are required to keep the city going. But everything from stories told to the library to police calls being answered to sewer lines being repaired. And from interacting with the employees, I was impressed by their obvious commitment to providing efficient, quality services to the taxpayers. And what impressed me about this course was that it was advertised in the newspaper for everyday citizens like myself to show up and become involved and learn about the operations of the city. And I appreciate that a lot.
Thank you.
Next is Clay Stribling. Clay participated in the class but was unable to be here today, so we'll move to DJ.
You too.
What do you want?
Now, you didn't want to make a comment.
Be proud of where you live. Be proud of the people you work with. I've been around so many of the city people for a long, long time. I've been involved with the city. I encourage you to do the same. However, this class really got us into knowing more about how it works so efficiently, so quietly. There's so many, it's not a secret how it works. It's just you don't know all the things that people are doing on a day-to-day basis, very quietly, very professionally. The tenure of the people who work here is awesome. That just really impressed me. Emmett Autry, he's retired 3 times, and he's still going after it. The difference it's made, you know, when you drink water, when you have anything going on, all of the usages. I hope that you guys tell people when they see the little blue Saturn, be sure and wave, because I'm waving it dump trucks and everything now, really having fun. But also, when you think of all the emergency people that are involved, and Jeff Mitchell is president of a group called the 100 Club, and this Saturday is Boots and Badges, and it's a fundraiser for the organization. So if you can come out and support it, or at least join the organization, I know Jeff would appreciate it and his board. And thank you all for your service. Thank you so much. I flunked government, and I just really appreciate it. Was that an endorsement?
How about we call our next contestant, Mr. Richard Walton.
Thank you guys very much.
I know Rodney mentioned this earlier. I just left with the sense of just a bunch of unsung heroes that really don't get the credit that they get, and just especially the level that this city performs upon with the resources that they're given. It's just amazing, and I never thought I'd say this, but I'd support paying a little more taxes and trusting you guys with more tax dollars because I know that they're going to be good stewards of it. And again, just thank you all. Thank you.
You brought tears to their eyes.
Bring it back for a curtain call in a moment. Next one, William Ware. William, come on up.
D's get degrees, or C's get degrees, right? Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. You know, I'd like to mirror the comments of the group here. Everybody kind of said what they've learned from the city. So I want to thank the City Commission for putting this on and allowing us citizens to come do this. Thanks to the Mayor for being there and all the citizens, and Jarrett for all the hard work you put in. They listened to us. They modified the course to be better every time, so they are respecting your time and making sure you're learning as much about the city. They're not hiding anything. And it's a well-run business with fine employees and world-class customer service, and we're lucky to have them running our city. So thank you all.
And Todd Wetzel.
All right, I guess the benefit of going last time, I don't have to worry about what to say because everybody already said it. This was a great class, and I just want to thank everyone, Jarrett and Sonia and commissioners, Mr. Mayor, but not only them, but all the other folks that were involved, and all the employees that everyone has already mentioned that deserve credit for their dedication and hard work. I would say my most enjoyable part was just getting to drive everything we got to drive. So if this gets any colder and we get some snow, give me a call because I will happily drive snow.
Okay. Alan Davidson, come on up. Thanks for driving in. I know you had a ways to go to get here.
I haven't heard all the comments, but I echo what I have heard today. And when I started with this, you look at it as an ordinary citizen, you take a lot of things for granted. And what I'm impressed is the integration that the different departments work together. And I was worried about the time commitment to do this, but after going through it, you wouldn't miss it for the world. Did everything we could to make the sessions. It was very impressive with how it was put on. Over the top in my mind of what I thought we would get into, and after going through it, it was incredible. So we appreciate all the effort you guys put into it, especially the city manager, Jarrett, was really good at everything he did and making us feel welcome and organized, and it's just super. Thank you, Jared.
It is important that our city is open about this. I would like to congratulate, and I know the commission would too, what Mr. Atkinson has done. He saw the need for this. He put the course together with a huge amount of staff and a direct dedication to working extra hours and doing whatever was necessary to make it a great experience. And it has made our jobs easier because we now have two groups, a cadre of people that understand the city much more than they ever could otherwise. It will help us promote positive influence and positive force in the city, which is always necessary. But with as many things as we're doing in the city right now, it's going to be essential. So we thank you for your participation. We want to thank the staff and the commission for their support. It is an invaluable experience that is hard to quantify, but we thank you very much.
Mayor, if I could, I was going to ask to recognize the 3 city employees that went through this. They pulled double duty. They were attendees, and while at the same time they were the workers that helped to make it through that for us. I'll call those 3 together. We have Melanie Cleveland, who is our new Assistant City Secretary. Melanie, if you'd come on up. Laura Hastings. Laura's the budget analyst, and this was no time commitment at all for her because we're about to begin budget, and that's truly the time commitment. And then Matt Richardson, our Director of Public Health. Y'all can step forward. Did I catch all of our students? I think I did by my mark. Did I leave anybody out?
That's right. It's a burden.
Mayor, just a special word of thanks to Sonia Gross. Sonia keeps all of us moving all in the right direction, keeps us all where we're supposed to be, and maybe most importantly, provided the food. So
I apologize for those chicken fried steaks.
Other than that, it was a great success. And Sonia, thank you for your efforts in keeping us all going there. And Mayor, I'm finished at that point. So, sorry.
It takes 2 men to finish the job of one woman.
You're right. There's no doubt about that. Okay, well, that concludes the agenda for the Amarillo City Commission today. However, customary at this time to allow citizens of this community with matters about city policies, programs, or services to speak to the commission. The commission floor is now open for those comments. If anyone would like to come forward for non-agenda items.
Good afternoon. My name is Susan White, and I'm here to speak on behalf of the Amarillo Symphony. I'm currently the executive director. As you know, we are currently in the middle of our music director search, and our search committee chairwoman, Laura Street, has been before you in the 2 previous months introducing you to our candidates, and I'm here today with our 3rd and final candidate. Our candidate this month is Giacomo Lafell-Byros. He is currently the associate conductor of the Charlotte Symphony and a cover conductor with the Atlanta Symphony. He's been interesting for our musicians to get to work with because he's a tuba player turned conductor, so certainly it's been exciting for us. I also, of course, want to leave you with a little bit of information about the impact of the arts, and in particular, arts and culture tourism in the state of Texas. You might be interested to know that last year, the sales tax revenue generated by arts and culture in the state of Texas was greater than the revenue for all of the UT athletics program, including football. So it was more than $150 million generated by arts and culture tourism. So we are a vital part of the economies, and in particular the city of Texas, and we are grateful for your support. And I'd like to introduce you to Giacomo Barros.
Please.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. I'm very glad to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you just a little bit. I do want to say you have a wonderful city. It was interesting to be here today as you are passing out the awards, and I'm very honored that I get to work with the Amarillo Symphony. It's a very, very good orchestra. You guys are quite lucky to have such a talented group of musicians who are here in Amarillo working together for the great cause of having arts and arts education in this community. This is my second trip here to Amarillo, and I have found nothing but great love and support and dedication from the entire community toward the arts, and that's very exciting for me as someone who is not only auditioning for the position of music director, but I'm also auditioning Amarillo as well. It's a two-way street. And so to come here and see what vibrancy and what love that is the community is providing to the orchestra is really, really exciting. And I think everyone in this room should be very proud of the fact that there is a very vibrant art scene here with the ballet and the opera and the symphony. It's quite exciting. You don't normally see a city of this size to have so much together. And I do want to say that the arts provide something a lot of other things don't provide. You know, in this sort of crazy time we're living in, our hearts and prayers all go out to people in Boston and of course West Texas. Everything in the world sometimes can sort of make you think we don't have enough beauty and we don't have enough spiritual healing. Obviously, we can go to church and we can receive healing in that way, but something about music grabs the soul. Something about music touches you in a way that heals us. You know, we put our phones down, we stop tweeting, we stop checking Facebook, and we go and we are in communion together to listen to something special. And when you have an orchestra coming together, 60, 70, 80 people playing something powerful, playing something profound, and working together in a diplomatic way to sort of create an environment where we can all just be a part of something special, it gives us sort of healing, and it does something to our souls that not very many things can do. So I just want to let you know that I really appreciate that you guys support your orchestra. It's very important that you understand that in today's economic environment, it's hard for nonprofits to do well. It's just tough. But what we give back to the community, I think, is something you should be proud of that you're investing in with us. Because not only are we healing our souls by coming together and listening to music and being together, but we're passing on something that's really special to our children as well. We all know there's been statistics that prove and show that kids who study music or kids who are in the arts, they have much more discipline, they do much better in testing, and they go on to have more fruitful lives. So this is something that I'm very proud of that I get to be a part of. So just want to thank you so much for your support of the symphony. If you're free Friday or Saturday night, come and hear our concert. We've got a really exciting program full of French music, Russian music, and some music from Argentina as well. It's all centered around Latin rhythms and dance, which I'm half Portuguese, so it's sort of part of my culture as well. But I'm just very proud and honored to be auditioning for this position, and my fingers are crossed because I just find the city to be truly wonderful. So thank you for your time.
Maestro, before you go, you've played in many venues. Would you comment, the citizens of this community donated that Performing Arts Center. Would you comment about playing in that venue?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, it's gorgeous. I mean, as soon as you walk in the front door, you're just taken by the scope of it. It's a beautiful foyer for people to sort of come together and talk about what they're hearing and what they're about to do. But then you go inside, and the acoustics of the place are just phenomenal. I mean, as Sue said, I conduct the Charlotte Symphony, I've been in the Atlanta Symphony, I've been in front of orchestras around the world. And there's a lot of halls that you get into, and they look pretty, and you're like, oh, this is really nice. And you get the downbeat, and the sound isn't so good. But here you have a hall that's not only beautiful and gorgeous and sort of matches the environment and matches what is here in Amarillo, but it creates a sound that's really special. And that's why you have such a great orchestra. The better a musician can listen, and the better a musician can communicate with other musicians, the better they'll be able to perform and play at a level that's really world class, which they do. So you guys have a really, really great hall, and that speaks to the dedication of this community for the arts. And you guys should be very, very proud of it, which I know you are. So hopefully see you Friday and Saturday.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Just one comment. I thought when Sue said that the arts produce more revenue than all of the programs at the University of Texas. My reaction to that, Commissioner, was that just stands to reason.
Well, usually had a bad year. Spoken like a true Aggie.
I don't know if we want to start down this road. The meeting is close to over. Does anyone else in the audience have a comment? We very much appreciate all the participation today and having our guests here, the graduates here, and recognizing their efforts with the city staff too. We're proud to be part of this commission. Thank you. Adjourned.